Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'd like to thank my honourable colleague for his remarks today. He mentioned two issues that are certainly important to me in this House. One is agriculture, and two is canola. And having been working on this file, having sat in with the Prime Minister with the bilateral he just had with President Xi, I'd ask this honourable member two things. One is I hear consistently from the Conservative benches that we should not, as a government, be engaging or trying to recalibrate the relationship with China. I'm wondering if he could give his thoughts on that, given how important it is in his constituency, including whether or not he might engage and share some wisdom with some of his colleagues about the importance of doing that if we're going to support Western farmers. Second piece, he talked about there being a lack of emphasis in the budget on agriculture. I would certainly reject that premise. There is a number of issues mentioned around agriculture, including supports. But what I find most surprising is there was nothing in the Conservative platform for agriculture whatsoever. Would he have a comment on that as well?
The honourable member for Souris Moose Mountain.
Trade with China is extremely important when it comes to the canola sector. It seems that every time that the Liberal government engages with China, we come home with a new tariff. I want them to take a better look at the actual people that are feeding this country, people that are supporting agriculture, and the many, many jobs that it supports across the entire industry when they're next time that they're in trade negotiations. It's something that we need to take seriously and actually come home with a result instead of just empty words and promises and photo ops.
Mr. Speaker, one of the things that the member said earlier that really surprised me is when he talked about him and the role he played in Saskatchewan. And he talked about the importance of trade. Now, when you think of trade, we could talk about what it is that the Prime Minister to date has done, but let there be no doubt, if you take a look at the last 10 years, we have seen more signed-off trade agreements than any government before it. Yet the member tried to give the false impression that trade maybe isn't good for the Canadian farmers in the prairies. I'm from the prairies. Trade agreements are a good thing. No government in the last...
I have to interrupt the Parliamentary Secretary to give a chance to the member for Souris Moose Mountain to respond in 25 seconds or less.
I'd like to remind the member opposite that everything that he just said is recorded and that he should go back and look at actually what I had said and to know that he is actually putting words in my mouth there, because I definitely did not mean that. Trade is extremely important to us, and we need to promote trade and not discourage it like the Prime Minister's been doing.